All right, so we are getting ready to start another epic road trip. This time we are headed to Miami, Florida for the weekend. What up, YouTube? We are at the Golden Isles Tesla Supercharger here in Brunswick, Georgia, as my wife and I are getting ready to do another epic EV road trip down to Miami, Florida. We're gonna go down for a couple of days just to get some fun in the sun down on the beach. Got a couple of meetings I gotta do. Today, we're gonna be road tripping the 450 Plus. So come on in with us, enjoy the trip, and let's see how this luxury EV handles a trip from Brunswick, Georgia down to Miami. What are we looking at for charging? How are we looking at for traffic? The quietness, the luxuriousness. Let's take a ride. We are charging along. We're currently at 40%. We're going at 178 kilowatts. It's going to take us about 20 minutes to go to 80% to start this ride. And so we're going to go there, and then we will play with our route. All right, so this charge was almost 67 kilowatts worth of energy added, and it came up to $23.48. And as you can see now, at 85% state of charge, we have a projected range of 309 miles. Let's roll. Ladies and gentlemen, so we are departing Brunswick, Georgia, headed down to Miami for the Phi Beta Sigma Southern Region Conference. I have to be there by 4 o'clock, and looking at the route planner, it says I should get there around about 2. So our route today is we're going to be leaving from here, and we're going to stop at Buc-ee's down in Daytona Beach, Florida, charge up there and probably get some lunch, and then I'll have one more charging stop somewhere down south before I get to Miami in order to go ahead and top off so I don't get there with only 10% state of charge. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this ride from Brunswick, Georgia down to the scenic beaches of Miami as we go and get ready to partake in some scholarship brotherhood. Go Mob. All right, I didn't do a very good job of recording our charging stats, but I was here talking to a couple of guys that are leaving Miami that are going to Georgia in a Polestar 2, and we just got the yapping going back and forth, and my wife and I are actually leaving out of Georgia going to Miami, so we're just crossing paths. So at any rate, we've charged up here to 80%. That took us about 20 minutes. And so let's look and see what our route has us doing now. Okay, so we're going to a Tesla spot here, 206 miles away. That should take us about 3 hours, and then that will get us to just outside of Miami. And we'll top off there and put in enough charge for the weekend, so we won't have to worry about charging while we're down in Miami, because the car is going to sit while we're in there. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug, run in and get my wife, and I will let you know about how much it costs here in just a minute.
I've been going out of my way.
All right, so we are off of Latana Road, West Latana Road. That portion of our trip was a little over 200 miles. It was 201 miles. It took us just under 3 hours to get here. And so we have successfully charged up to make it down into Miami. So what we're going to do is we have 67 miles left, and we will get there. We'll get to the hotel with looks like 24% state of charge. So I'm going to let it go up until we get to 40%, and then that way we won't have to worry about immediately looking for somewhere to charge when we get there. And hopefully it will last us through the weekend for me to do my meetings and then whatever riding around we want to do, because hopefully we will be able to get out and find a beach somewhere and get some pretty nice photos from the beach.
I done seen the plane cross feet. God drive like 6 feet. Flow shit, give me 6 feet. Mountain climbing out to hit a peak, bunch of snow in my seat, it ain't the same no more. Life is everything but the beach, like a chain. I'm a link with your lady for sure. Gotta do better than walking, I'm dodging the surface.
That portion of our trip was a little over 200 miles. It was 201 miles. It took us just under 3 hours to get here. And so we have successfully charged up to make it down into Miami. So what we're going to do is we have 67 miles left, and we will get there. We'll get to the hotel with looks like 24% state of charge. So I'm going to let it go up until we get to 40%, and then that way we won't have to worry about immediately looking for somewhere to charge when we get there. And hopefully it will last us through the weekend for me to do my meetings and then whatever riding around we want to do, because hopefully we will be able to get out and find a beach somewhere and get some pretty nice photos from the beach. What up, YouTube? Just want to take a quick minute. We got to running extremely late for my meetings, so we didn't get to finish recording our arrival here to Miami. But it was a good trip. We made it here safe. We did average about 299 kilowatts per mile, and so it was a very efficient trip. We ended up getting here with 50% state of charge, and that's because we didn't have to stop at our last stop, as we told you before, but we went ahead and stopped anyway and charged up, so that way I wouldn't have to try to find some place to charge up and miss any of my meetings, as well as we're going to try to go find the beach somewhere tomorrow and see if we can get some pictures down there, so that way we won't have to get any charge from there either, and we can make it back up north of Miami before we have to stop and charge on our way out. So we will see you tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead into our meetings and stuff like that, and peace out. Stand by for part 2 as we get ready to head from Miami back to Dublin, Georgia.